welcome to What Women Want. You're watching Pinky TV and my name is Pinky Gilani. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to this channel for your chance to win a phone from Safaricom. We are celebrating superheroes in season 4 and today I'm happy to be joined by self-driven Ruth Makena. She is an advocate of the High Court and says that she's extremely self-driven and deeply religious. A bubbly personality with a passion for helping others and the founder of Gigantomastia Foundation. That's right? That's
yes.
Pronunciation.
Yes.
Gigantomastia.
Yes.
Now, we will get into those details, but I'm sure whoever's watching already may know that gigantomastia is a condition where it can happen to men and women.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Where your chest or your breasts continue to grow.
And they don't stop growing.
And they don't stop growing.
Yes.
What are the circumstances that made you understand
what gigantomastia is?
Yes.
I was diagnosed with gigantomastia.
Okay.
10 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. After having a lot of shoulder dislocations, recurrent shoulder dislocations. So I had my first surgery on my shoulder in 2002. My shoulder was fixed and I was okay. 10 years later, my shoulder continued. They started popping out of the blue. So I went in for a second surgery to fix my shoulder. It is when the orthopedic surgeon, Professor Mulimba, realized that the weight on my chest is too much. That is what is pulling off my shoulder off the socket. That's when I knew there's something called gigantomastia. This is when now he further referred me to a plastic surgeon by the name Professor Stanley Hainga, who is based in Aga Khan Hospital.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's only a plastic surgeon because it's a breast, not augmentation, but de-augmentation? What is it? Reduction?
It's a reconstructive surgery,
Okay.
a breast reconstructive surgery. And mainly they say plastic surgeons are better versed to do the surgery because they know what to do, how exactly to reconstruct the breast.
Right.
Yes, because they have trained numerously on this surgery. So they're thumbed. The people say you're thumbed in this. They're very informed as to how to go around the surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So, I mean, growing up, right, you were unaware that there's a condition, a medical condition that you have.
I was
But
very
you're
unaware.
consistently, like, the boobs are growing and growing.
Exactly.
Was it comfortable or uncomfortable? Because I remember when I was in high school,
Yes.
I had bigger boobs,
Yes.
and it would bring a lot of attention, and I just didn't like it.
Yes. So no, like for me, as I said, I'm very bubbly. I'm very outgoing. So it didn't really get to me like what's wrong. But it got to a point that I was changing bras on, and after every 3 months, I have
bigger bra.
Like even in high school, I was fuller than the rest. But you see now, I'm like, so you were taught in biology or in science, you're supposed to have breasts. So in fact, I was like, hey, yours are small. Up until now, when I went into campus, is when I realized my bust it's growing at a very alarming rate.
Okay.
So I finished my law degree. Then as I had said before, when I had my surgery fixed, my shoulder fixed for the second time, that's when now I realized, there's something called gigantomastia. I did not know.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Yes.
And like I said, did you get any unwanted attention?
Oh, yes. Men are men. You know them.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I had a nickname, Freshian. Look at this chick. She's just a Freshian. Yeah, she has big boobs like a Freshian. Freshians are the cows that produce a lot of milk. So that was my nickname, a Freshian.
Did it affect your mental health?
No, it didn't.
Really?
Yes.
You were just like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I can say that I developed a very strong defense mechanism.
Okay.
Like, I'd feel you would want to ask me about my bust, and I was armed with an answer. Like, what is it about my bust? It's not on your body. Why you asking me all these questions?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I had a very brave face about it when it came to my breasts. It got to a point like even people they even used to know, they were least bothered with the size of my breasts.
Yeah.
Yes, it became like my day-to-day look, there's nothing. It made people feel like this is me, this is who I am. I mean, if you ask me about my breast, a woman is supposed to have breasts anyway. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is when you say men are men, but it's also women as well, in the sense like we're constantly obsessed.
Yes.
Especially with boobs and ass. Boobs and ass, boobs and ass.
Yeah.
So what is the breast obsession? Where do you think, why do you think we are like that? Whether we have flat boobs, then some women will go and get,
they
implants.
get implants and what have you. I mean, how can I phrase it? Like, okay, breasts are what define a woman,
right.
you know? But when it gets to a point that it is making you so uncomfortable that you can't get proper bra sizes, your back is paining because of the weight, there's nothing so fascinating about that. It even becomes so depressing to a woman. Like, I can walk into a shop and somebody looks at you like, what have you come to look for?
Yeah, there's nothing in your size.
There's nothing in your size. And you can imagine, this is what is supposed to make me feel like a woman. So it's killing my self-esteem. I can't show up like the rest because I'm so self-conscious of how I look. Like you said, the way the obsession with women, like the women actually who take a lot of pride in having these big breasts.
Yeah.
But there are those who I can say who fall or are still falling in my tier of big breasts, shoulder dislocations, a backache. I can't find bras. I can't run. I can't go to the gym. I mean, something that is supposed to define you as a woman is making you feel like, no, I just can't do this. It's too much. And you can imagine in pregnancy when you have this big breast and your breasts are still growing. Yeah. It's like, what is all this going on in my life, you know? Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why they say human beings are interesting. That those ones now who would want small ones and those ones who die for these big ones.
Yes.
I can't really point a finger to why there's this obsession in having very big breasts. I can't. Yeah. Because personally, if you were to ask me if I'd want them back, no thank you. I would not.
I was going to say, do you miss the girls?
I don't miss the twins at all. Yes, I don't. I do not.
Because of the discomfort?
The discomfort, all that I had to go through, the pain, you know, the trauma, the shoulder dislocation. So I'm thinking, I go back 10 years where I was. No, thank you. Yes.
And then what makes you courageous to now come out and say, hey, this was an issue, this was my problem. It's something that's very, again, we were talking about something very sensitive. It's the boobies, it's the girls.
It's so intimate.
It's so intimate. Yes. And the only time we really are vocal about breasts is maybe breast cancer awareness.
Exactly, exactly.
So what gives you the courage to say, hey, this was my problem, this is what I did?
I guess after I had my surgery done, I was once a banker and I was there by the teller and I was serving this customer. And I could see how she's so self-conscious, her dressing. She just wants to get her transaction done and just get out of the banking hall, So I told her, you know what? I was like you. And I just read her frustrations and her sorrows as she walked towards the teller, the telling point. And I gave her my number. And I told her, you can call me at around 6. Let's have a conversation around this. So in the evening, she actually called me, and I'd been featured in some magazine some time back. And she was like, when I walked up to you, I felt like I had seen you somewhere. You see, even the Bible says, my people lack because of lack of knowledge. So I walked her through and through and through what had happened to me, and she was like, what? First things first, it can be done locally. It is a condition, So I had an aha moment. How many women are seated thinking that they're cursed? I mean, like, what is this? How come I'm not like the rest? That there's no awareness to know that there is this condition and it can be fixed locally. And we have surgeons who have perfected the art of doing these surgeries. Yeah. Because at the back of my mind, I felt like there are very many women who have gone to India, South Africa, America, because they don't know that it can be done here. Yep. So at that point, I also introduced her to my surgeon who had done my surgery, and she went and had it done. Wow. So after that, she came and told me, you know what, after this, I'm now aware that it is not normal. It's abnormal growth on your chest. Yeah. Yes.
And what causes it?
Most medics say it is hormonal. Others say it's genetic. And the diet, if you're obese and whatever you're taking in, the more you add weight, the more your breasts grow. Right. So I'll say, like, when I had my surgery 10 years ago, I had a total of 7.3 kilos removed off my chest. Whew. 3.9, 3.4. So Pinky, what is so comfortable? What would be the obsession? Just phantom 7.3 kilos on your chest. What would be the obsession of still having those big breasts? You know, it's not. It stops being about you having this cleavage. I mean, I can wear low tops, you know, to flaunt myself. It stops. All that stops. It just comes to a point like I don't want these things anymore. So I need to live my life like any ordinary girl or any ordinary lady would. Yes.
So once you have the breast reduction,
yes,
it can't come back. It can't grow. They can't grow back. What happens so that the gigantomastia is removed?
So what happens, like when you go into theater, the surgeons mark. There's some markings they mark on your breast before you go in, and I normally find that is the best space for you to have a conversation with the surgeon as to how low you want your breasts to go, because it's been done on you practically when he's doing the markings, and he's explaining to you so many things. So when it's done under general anesthesia. 3 to 4 hours.
Right.
The surgeon, you can imagine a surgeon is standing there for 3 to 4 hours. So they go in and they remove excessive breast tissue and the skin. Then they resize the breast to a very desirable size. So you see, it's part of improving your health, and now the aesthetic bit is a lot of plastic surgery for you to achieve that size and the shape that a patient would want. Yes.
And so it won't come back.
Rarely does it grow back unless maybe if you're on hormonal medicine like ARVs and your contraceptives, you see that you're injecting a lot of hormones back to your body that probably were the cause of you having this gigantomastia. Yes.
So things we should look out for are backache, shoulder dislocation.
Yeah, you should look for backaches. Like for me, I think my case was extreme, because for me to be dislocating shoulders, you can hear the amount of weight that was removed from my chest.
It's like it's pulling here.
Yes, you see the breast is interconnected to the shoulder. There are those tissues.
So the weight
the weight, you see now the weight you feel, it's like your shoulders give in, because the bra straps have also really dug into your shoulders, you know. So it gets to a point like my shoulder was like, I think I'm tired of doing this, just do something.
What size were you?
I was a 42 cup GG.
I've never heard of that.
Yes, they go up to K and J.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember there's a time I had gone to America, and I went into a shop. I won't mention the shop. And I walked in, and you know how Black Americans are, like, hey ma'am, so what have you come to look for here? So I'm like, I mean, don't you sell bras here?
Yeah.
So she measured, you know the way you can even go to Woolies and you measure, and she went like, you're 12 inches off the range.
Yeah.
So we need to custom make you a bra, or you need to walk into the next shop where they sell plus size bras. You can imagine how I felt that day. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I was just walking in innocently, but... And there's some people who are so insensitive, probably because they don't know that this is a sickness. Yeah. Like most of the patients, some girls who come and give me their stories, at the end of the day, I sympathize with them. But they're also so funny as to how people are relating to them. Like another one, she had no place to go but to the hawkers.
Oh.
So when she's approaching the hawker, even before she asks, the hawker is telling her, hii kifua tuna hapa, enda. You can imagine. You're boarding a public means, and okay, I've left the house.
Yeah.
And it has taken me so much courage to dress up, to even actually walk out, to board this matatu. So you're walking towards the stage, and you know how conductors are. Cheki wa matuzo amekam leo.
Oh my gosh.
Cheki wa manyonyo amekam. You know, all those names. And the driver doesn't make it any better. And thank God for the potholes we have here in Nairobi. Okay? So you're there, you're just being juggled and juggled and juggled. And you can imagine, as in this, you can't tell the driver to stop. It's not your car. You know, you have to get to your destination. Wow. So you can imagine the trauma or,
of course,
how that woman feels, you know?
Yeah.
And the worst case scenario is like, now I've been to Mashinani a lot, and you find that there are a lot of stereotypes that have been associated with gigantomastia. Oh, this one has been bewitched. How come she's the only one who looks like this, you know? This one has started sleeping with men early. You know, all those things that come around because of lack of awareness. It's very, very sad. That is why I also took it up upon myself. That's why you asked me, why am I so vocal? That noise needs to be made for people to understand. We should stop shunning women who have gigantomastia. Nobody would want to be in those uncomfortable shoes.
Yep.
Yes, to speak out. And again, for spouses to come and hold their wives' hands and understand she's not going in for aesthetic surgery, but this is somebody who's suffering. And you had asked me, what do we look for, or what do the surgeons look for when they're making a diagnosis? You have extremely large breasts, very big breasts, you know. Even your posture, so you sit, you're slouching.
Because the
weight has really pulled you down. Then the bra straps have really dug into your shoulder because as a result of accommodating the weight.
Yeah.
You have the back pain. You know, you can imagine you have so many, your back has been strained to an extent like you're like, you know, the body is just giving in.
Yes.
Sometimes you get migraines. You don't even know where these headaches are coming from when you have those big breasts. You have carpal tunnel. You feel like your hand is a bit numb, you know, because they're all, you know, the body is connected.
Yeah.
Like, there's a patient who I was even, she was trying to connect, like, why is it when the breast, so I told her, anytime you feel like that, sing that song, those bones, these bones are, so this bone is connected to that bone, that bone, so automatically, the way you said, everything is intertwined in your body.
So once you've done your surgery, do you do like posture correction? Are you looking at your posture now to correct it? Because for many years
it's been like this. So most of them are done for like physio. You know, you're taught now how to walk. Like you need to walk
because
with your
now
straight
you're
back.
balanced.
You know, you're like I can attest when I woke up from the surgery, I was still like this. Like now I'm making my way to the loo. So the nurse was like, "Why are you walking like that?" I'm like, "This is how I walk."
Yeah.
So she told me just try and pop and
your chest out.
Just pop, like. I think it had not hit me, I've had this surgery done. And actually, Pinky, when I was like, there's no weight, until I tilted, I was like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So it's an immediate change, as in the change is just like in a blink of an eye. So with time, you learn how to start like walking again. Like, you know, you have to walk straight. There's nothing pulling you. Even the body now, it adjusts like a seesaw. Now you see here, the weight is no longer here, so you walk very, very comfortably.
So aside from like you making all this noise, how can we get involved? How can we also sort of be more kinder, be more aware?
People are different, Pinky, as I told you. You can even, you know, there are others, you can even tell them, when you see somebody with that, somebody who is that big, don't be so fast to open your mouth to give them nicknames or to start backbiting them. And I've also come to learn that they say those people who are closest to you are the ones who hurt you the most. You can find even in the homes holistically, you'll find like those ones who are close to you are the ones who have this small talk. Have you seen her? Have you seen her? And probably she's unwell, she doesn't even know where to start. So I would say as a society, we need to embrace gigantomastia as an issue.
Is it very common?
I would say it's common now that I have been in it for quite a long time. People have gigantomastia unknowingly. You just think you have big breasts. You don't know what is the cause of these back pains. You don't know what is the cause of these neck pains. You know, you're walking into a bra shop and you're like, I can't get a bra. I can say it's one probably in 100 women who have, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
1 in 100 women have gigantomastia unknowingly.
Wow.
Yes, you just wake up and you think, I have big boobs, let's move on with life.
But then how do you tell somebody who's got big boobs?
That is not what...
And you want to be kind.
Yes.
You're like, have you got yourself checked?
Or something like that. And, you know, others can think, hey, my breasts are big, I think I have cancer. I was checked, I was scanned, I was done. Those symptoms are the ones that probably you should look out and understand your concern as to maybe you could be walking on the streets and you're like, hey, those breasts are big. You don't even know how you'll approach that person.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, that is one of my biggest problems. You can go and tell somebody you're sick. They ask you who has told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know I'm sick?
Yeah.
Can't you mind your own business?
Exactly.
You know, you don't even know what...
Sensitive.
Exactly. So you don't even know what space that person is in at the time.
Yeah.
So it's just that I would just say it just trickles down to a lot of awareness. That's why I'm saying we are making a lot of noise and trying to talk about it and sensitize the public about it. Yes.
Talk to me about body positivity. So even if I don't have Gigantomastia.
Yes.
And I have big boobs or I'm big bodied.
Yes.
How do I love myself?
I guess maybe probably that you have made peace with it, that this is just who I am, and
Yeah.
I'm comfortable in my own skin. That's the first thing. As long as you're comfortable in your own skin and you feel like these boobs are not an issue to me, I'm big bodied, others say I have big bones.
Yeah.
If I reduce my boobs, how will I look? You know, I think it's just a personal decision that you
Yes.
have to make, you have to come to terms with, you know. Or probably you can just have these big boobs and say, no, I'm just done. I don't want them anymore. It's just your mental space. In what space are you in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just constantly being aware
Yes.
of where you are, like you said, your
Exactly.
mental
Your
space, and
mental
being very
space.
in touch with that.
Yes.
Questions that you can ask yourself so that you can love yourself.
Questions I can ask myself.
Like what are questions that you ask yourself so that you know that you're in touch with yourself or your mental? How do I feel today? How do I look today?
Am I fearfully and wonderfully made? You know, people would quote the Bible. Am I out there? I mean, am I comfortable in my skin? You know,
Yeah.
Am I okay in my dressing? Like if I stand in front of people, am I okay? You know, and others, you know, there are those people who don't care. You, Pinky, you think I'm fat? Ah, that's yours. You think I'm thin? The people who have different personalities.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So when it comes to gigantomastia and the costs of surgery, or you know, the medical after, before, even being diagnosed,
That's the whole thing.
The
That's
whole
the thing
thing
surrounding it. Yes.
Does insurance cover this?
Unfortunately, they don't. Like, I'll speak from my perspective. They refused to pay for my surgery because they said, you're going in for cosmetic surgery. Somebody went ahead and said,
Because you went to a plastic surgeon?
Yes, and that's the only person who could do it to my satisfaction.
Wow.
And again, then they go like, this is a pre-existing condition. So at what point do you know that it is pre-existing and it's something that needs to be addressed?
Yeah.
But some insurances, I hear they're warming up to pay for it. Especially when you come and write a report that this patient needs this surgery because her health is really debilitating her back, you know. They're warming up, but not 100%. It is a lot, it's a push and shove, which is very sad. I mean, they should come and understand that this is a sickness. Because the other day when I was actually celebrated 10 years of being gigantomastia free, and I asked myself, what if I was not diagnosed with gigantomastia, if I didn't know that there was something, where would I be now?
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Exactly.
And then have you ever seen any women who have lived with it?
Yes, I have seen women who have lived with it because they are so intertwined within religion and culture.
So
yes.
They can't look for a medical reason to
Yes,
get out
so
of it.
you can tell somebody, why don't you get your breast changed? Why can't you get your breast reduced? Why are you changing God's creation? And it keeps me thinking, like, where has God given doctors this knowledge to know that this is a condition that can be rectified?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Others are like, culture, no, it's not allowed, we can't do this, it's a taboo, you know? So there are very many things. So you find somebody who just has to live with it the way you're asking. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a nickname, and what was it?
Frisian, because of my breasts.
How would your friends describe you?
Makena with the big boobs.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Wow. What's the worst gift you've been given?
Worst gift? I think airtime for 200 bob on my for 20 bob on my birthday.
No.
Yes.
What's something you cannot go a day without?
Pray.
Yeah. So because you are a superhero and you go beyond, I have some superhero questions for you.
Wow.
What are you afraid of?
Geckos.
Really?
Yes.
As a superhero?
Anyway, what I'm afraid of as a superhero is not being able, like, to assist fully to somebody who's reached out to me. Yes.
Who is your greatest superhero?
My mommy. My mom.
Do you think superheroes create change or make the best of a situation?
It can go both ways. It depends on the circumstance. Yeah.
So either or.
Either or, yes. It depends on the circumstance, what has presented itself.
So we're now going to give you a superhero name. Are you ready?
Don't give me an avatar name.
You're the one who's going to create it. Ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay, do you prefer mysterious or fantastic?
Fantastic.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
And what's your favorite animal?
Elephant.
A fantastic pink elephant.
Sorry?
That's your superhero name.
Oh my God.
It's not a bad one.
I know, right? It's better than Frisian.
Exactly.
Yes.
Anything's better. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So Makena and I, can I call you Makena?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Makena and I are going to be playing a game. Apparently she is one of the finest actresses this side of the Sahara. Am I right? That's what you just told me.
Okay, I hope I've not lost my touch.
Yeah,
Yes,
go on.
Yes.
So, no,
try.
I think you'll be a great actress. So Oliver's going to show her some words, and then I'm going to have to guess what the words are by your action.
Okay.
No pressure.
Sawa.
Let's go.
Yes.
Words behind me. Laughter. Giggle. Hands up. Head. Flying. Pilot. Mask. Helmet.
You got it.
Helmet.
Yes.
She's done that before. You.
So that's somebody on a boda boda.
Oh, I thought it was like a pilot.
Yes.
Okay. Bow and arrow. Bow and arrow. Shooter. Sure.
Bow and arrow.
You're not allowed to say anything. Bow and arrow. Shoot your shot. Aim. I have no idea.
Arrow. I'm removing the arrow.
Oh, but I said bow and arrow. Is that not okay? Well, you didn't do badly.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just being mean.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Baeti inkosi. Baeti inkosi.
South African.
Baeti inkosi.
Women empowerment.
No. Baeti inkosi. Baeti inkosi.
How can I not get this? Okay, give me another hint. No? Women empowerment? No?
Oh God,
Oh, no, anthem.
of creation, bless this our land.
Shield.
Yes.
What was that one?
Which one?
That one. The South African song.
See the shield, is Shaka Zulu. He always used to
I
go
don't
to
know.
to fight with. Still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I learned something. Uh-huh.
I've not seen.
Oh, sorry. Last one.
Yes. Okay. What in the bus go round and round, round and
Okay,
round.
McKenna has to
round
understand that
and
she's
round.
not allowed to speak or sing. But it's okay.
Okay.
No, go on.
But up to now, you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I have no idea. Wheel.
Yes. I'm supposed to act out the wheels.
Thank you, McKenna.
You're
That was
welcome.
Okay, so this show, of course, is sponsored by SBM Bank. So it means that we need to ask you to pull a money card.
For myself? Or for
It's just a question. Don't worry, it's not
Alright,
money. I
okay.
wish it was. I wish this was money, like 1,000 bob notes.
chop my money.
So we're just going to find out a little bit more about you. So just pick any
Oh
card.
my word.
Yeah, it's easy. Don't worry. There's nothing to be afraid of. Right? Easy. Easy, easy. What are you currently struggling with?
I'm currently struggling with funds for my foundation.
Okay.
Yes.
And how does one support your foundation?
You can choose to support a lady who can't afford the surgery, you can choose to support.
Okay, so how much is the surgery?
It goes to the tunes of 500,000 onwards.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, you can choose to support.
They can choose to support, like we have the young girls who don't have this money, they don't know what to do with it. You can choose to like support these girls after surgery to go back to school. Okay. We look at it holistically. Like the small girls, we just don't leave it at surgery. You know, others have even dropped out of school because of this condition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you enjoy earning money or spending money?
I enjoy earning money.
Yeah.
Yes. Why? The sweat, you know, the work, the thrill of me looking for this money is what.
The hustle.
The hustle, you know, like I have to always be constantly on my toes thinking outside the box. Like I have to enjoy earning the money so that when I'm spending it, I know what I went through to get this money. So either I'm cautious about how I'm going to spend it, or I will enjoy it to the maximum. So it has two tiers. But I can say I enjoy earning the money, you know, the challenges that come with it, as in like, of course, the sleepless nights. I'm so broke. I mean, I have to wake up and look for this money, you know. It's like a driving force, you know. Yeah. Nothing comes easy. So by the time I'm spending that money, I remember, well, I didn't sleep. I didn't do this. Now I enjoy earning the money more. Yes.
I really like that. I love that. Thank you so much for coming onto the show and sharing your journey, so being so vulnerable and so open with us, and continue to be the superhero that you are.
Yes. And if there's anybody who's been watching your show and would want to like feel like they are suffering from this condition, I have platforms where you can get me on, and you can come in and we can have the conversation. It's on Facebook, Gigantomastia Foundation, Instagram. I don't know if you allow for the number to be given.
It's completely up to you.
Yes, so it's 0786 406036, 0786 403036. So you can come on board and we can walk the journey together. And even men who have gynecomastia, it's not a death sentence. There's help out there.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. So you heard it right here, and we will put those details in the description box below. So your chance to win with Safaricom is right now. If you have subscribed to this YouTube channel, then you're up ahead in front of everyone else. What you need to do though is comment on this video and let us know who you think in your community is a superhero. If you want to win it that much more, what you need to do is share this video on your social media platforms and make sure you tag us so we know that you have shared. And who knows, you could win a phone with Safaricom. Thank you so much once again.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week. Bye.